Welcome to your tutorial on Symphony number 40 by Mozart. I'm afraid the music is a little hard to read in this video because of the size necessary to display both pages. But I'm going to keep it this way so that we can see the entire arc of the song, and I'm just going to hope that you also have the PDF available. So looking over this song, we have, first of all, we have a key signature. We have two flats, which means that all B's and all E's in the entire song are flat unless they otherwise have a natural sign written next to them. And as you might notice, the copy I have of this song was for a class where key signatures were very new to them, so we actually allowed the students to write in the flat symbols in front of every E and every B to help them remember. So you've got some shaded out clues there. We also have some other elements. We have some movement. Let's see, what's our highest note in this song? Looks like it goes up to treble C, and our lowest note down to bass G. So depending on where you are in the book, there might be a couple notes that you have not mastered yet. We have harmonic intervals in the left hand that move in the form of thirds with some sharps as well. And we will have some movements in hand position. So we're just going to I'm going to play the song through one time, and then we're going to go through it line by line so that you have everything you need in order to confidently master this piece. So let's go back to the beginning and take a look at the right hand. All right, so our right hand is going to come in on the fourth beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So when we're playing it up to that full tempo, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So we're going to be a little slower now, so it might sound a little bit different to your ear. The first note of the song, second finger on E flat, and this entire first phrase is made up of E flats and D's until we get to this note on the second line where we have to leap up to a B flat. So we're on our D, leap up to a B flat. All right, before we go further with that, let's do a tap, however, of our first phrase. So that's all the way down to that B flat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and together and 2 and 3 and 4 and together and right and rest and. All right, one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and together and 2 and 3 and 4 and together and right and rest and. All right, and you notice my left hand kept holding all the way through that rest because I have this dotted half note rhythm. Okay, so now let's go back to the right hand, and we're going to call out the notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and E flat, D, D, E flat, D, D, E flat, D, D, B flat, rest. All right, that's the rhythm. Now we can play it. 1 and 2 and 3 and D. Rest. All right, did you get that leap? Great. All right, so you'll repeat that right hand section all by itself, And now we're going to look at what the left hand's doing during that period. The left hand is playing a harmonic third made up of G and B flat. And that's all it's playing, but it's playing it while the right hand has a lot of movement going on, or at least a lot of rhythmic movement going on. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and rest. All right, that's all we need to know in the left hand, so repeat that several times. Now I'm going to put them together, and when I do, you can play along either hand or both, depending on how prepared you are. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and rest and. All right, moving on. So our next passage will go until the next rest. So we've just jumped up in the right hand to that B flat, and we're going to stay there for a minute. B flat, down to A, down to G, but then our fourth finger is going to take over that G, down to F, here's another E flat, and then our third finger, sorry it's a little faded, you might want to write that in, third finger is going to take over that E flat, down to D, down to C. All right, so let's speak that. 1 and 2 and rest and B flat, A, G, G, F, E flat, D, C. All right, were you able to say those notes along with me? It's important that you be able to recognize them even before you try to play them. But here we are now ready to play them. 1 and 2 and rest and B flat, E, G, G, F, E flat, D, C, and 2 and rest. Very good. And our left hand starts off pretty simple. It's that same G and B flat that we've played before. Here it goes again. But our 2 and 4 figure is now going to change to a 1 and 3. 3 on the F sharp, 1 on the A. Okay, and I usually say my numbers low to high. So 4 and 2, 4 and 2, 3 and 1. All right, so let's play that in time. Left hand only. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and rest. And rest. And 2 and rest. And 4 and. All right, now together for that phrase. So notice that's what we're playing together in your left and right hand. 4, 2, and 1. And then once our fingers move in the right hand, it's 4, 2, and 2. And then once our fingers move again, it's 3, 1, and 1. So you might want to practice those movements all on their own. Okay, so now here we go with that phrase. Remember, we're coming in on the 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and rest and. All right, so now let's see. We're going to go from the same position in the right hand. Our second finger is already on this D. So let's just check out what notes we have coming. D, C, C, D, C, C, D, C, C on the next page. And then there's another leap that looks kind of like what happened in the beginning. But instead of going from a D to a B flat, it's going from a C to an A. All right, so let's call those notes out. 1 and 2 and 3 and D, C, C, D, C, C, D, C, C, A, rest. All right, good. And your left hand, or no, we'll go ahead and play it now, and then we'll go to the left hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and D, C, C, D, C, C, D, C, C, and A, and rest. And our left hand is staying right where it was, 3 and 1 on the F sharp and A. So I think we can go ahead and try to put those together, but really slowly, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and D, C together, D, C together, D, C together, and up and rest. All right, let's put it all together so far, okay? Still at a nice slow tempo from the beginning to where we've just left off. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and jump and rest and moving left hand to rest, D, C together. There we go. All right, and our right hand has been placed beautifully right where it belongs. I'm going to go ahead and move my keyboard so that I don't end up forgetting. All right, so we have our 5th finger up on the A. So A, G, F sharp, and here's where things get a little funny. That F sharp lasts through the measure, so another F sharp. Then that spread from E sharp to E flat is kind of unusual. Thumb on D, and then my 4th finger is going to take over the D down to a C, and then land on a B flat. The note right under the C ledger line is my B flat. All right, let's call that out. 1 and 2 and 3 and A, G, F sharp, E flat, D, D, C, B flat for 2 and rest. Did you get that? Let's play it. 1 and 2 and 3 and A, G, F sharp, E flat, D, D, C, B flat for 2 and off. All right, great. So then let's see what the left hand was doing during that section. So we landed our left hand with the F sharp and A with 3 and 1, and our hand is still where it needs to be. We need our pinky on a D. That 3rd finger is still going to play that F, but then our 2nd finger is going to play a G along with our B flat. Let's speak it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D and rest and F sharp and rest and G and 2 and off. All right, good. Let's play it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D and rest and F sharp, rest and G, hold and rest and rest. All right, let's put those hands together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 5, 4, 3 and 5, 3, 2, 3 and 1, move 4, 4, 3, 2 and 2, and off. Okay, one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and off and. All right, moving on. Right hand is now going to have to make quite a leap. We landed on the B flat, and now we're jumping up to another B flat with the right hand third finger. And let's just walk through these notes. B flat, then to your thumb. Usually you would go straight down to your second finger. B flat to thumb on A, another A, then fifth finger. Watch how close my fingers are getting together. 5 on C, second finger goes down to F sharp, fourth finger on A, third finger on G, and thumb goes down to D. All right, that's unusual. That's unusual movement for your right hand. So let's call it out and then we'll play it. 1 and 2 and 3 and B flat, A, and C, and F sharp, and A, and G, and D, and rest, and. So I just want to take a minute to say that if you've been working on this song and you're struggling with it, and you are having difficulty with any individual layer, maybe the calling out the note names, maybe the tapping the two notes at the same time, then make sure you spend some time practicing those layers independently, or just tapping the rhythms like we did in the beginning when we had more going on at the same time. We're going to tap again on the last line as well. Just make sure you always give yourself the opportunity to break it down, so that when you put it back together, you're putting back together some mastered pieces that you feel confident about, rather than just hoping it all starts to fit, even when you're not entirely confident with each part. All right, so let's play the right hand one more time. I think I got myself off track. 1 and 2 and 3 and B flat, A, and C, and F sharp, and A, and G, and D, and rest. All right, great. Let me get that to stop. All right, left hand for this passage, we're on a middle C for 4 counts, and then B flat for 4 counts. So I think I'll just go ahead and play my hands together so that you can hear the melody. But on this first run through, just play the left hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and rest, right, hold, left. Okay, now this time you might, after some repetitions, join me in playing the hands together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 1 and 5, 2, 4, 2 and 3. Rest. All right, and here's some good news. The next 4 notes are identical. But then we need to talk about the last line. Okay, so the last line, let's tap it first because we have motion in both hands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and together and right and together, right, 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 together and 2 and left and off and. All right, so that's an important one to tap because of the quarter notes over half notes and then eighth notes over half notes. and then you have this dotted half over a half note with a movement. So make sure you do that tapping a few extra times. And now let's look at the right hand. So we're on a G. Is that where we left off? No, we left with our fourth finger on A, so now we have just kind of squished, I like to call it an accordion. We accordioned our thumb onto the G, third finger B flat, 2, 1, then we have a cross, but it's not repositioning us, it's just a cross and a thumb under. Okay, so down to 2, up to 1. So let's call out these notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and G and B flat and A, G, F sharp, G, G and 2 and 3 and off. Now let's play. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and G and B flat and A, G, F sharp, G, G and 2 and 3 and off. All right, our left hand had left off with thumb on C. So we start in a good position. We have our fourth finger on G. But we have a very strange movement coming. We're going to basically lift our hand to put our third finger on this F sharp. And to be honest, sometimes I like to make it my second finger. So I'm going to say third finger because that's what's written, but when I do my last playthrough, you might notice that I just naturally put my second finger there because that's how I've always done it. But 4, then lift and third finger lands on F sharp. Thumb is going to go to a G, and then we're going to jump down an octave to another G. Let's speak it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and G and 2 and F sharp and 2 and G and 2 and G and 2 and. All right, playing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and G and 2, lift, F sharp and 2, thumb on G and 2 and G and off. Okay, let's put those together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 1 and 3, lift, 2, 1, 2, 1, hold, 2 and G, off. Okay, all right, that's it. I think I'd like to play the second page through and then one full run at a medium tempo, and then you have the fast tempo at the beginning of the song. So let me just start from this A up here. 1 and 2 and 3 and two and rest and okay, now I'm going to go to the big piano and play the whole song one more time at a medium tempo, and then you'll speed it up to a final performance tempo. 1, 2, 3. you go. Enjoy, have fun.